Herkesin bildiği gibi Esports ikonik bir takım. İstanbul'da gerçekleşecek olan bu etkinlik için dünyanın her yerinden gelecek takımlarla mücadele edeceğiz. Türkiye'nin zaferini bütün taraftarlarımıza göstereceğiz.
NRX olarak diğer ülkelerin takımlarıyla karşılaşmaktan çok memnunuz. İstanbul'da gerçekleşecek bu turnuva için çok hazırlandık. Kazanacağımıza inanıyoruz ve bunun için savaşacağız.
Beşiktaş Esports çok köklü geçmişe sahip bir takım. Bu turnuvaya katılacağımız için çok heyecanlıyız. Elimizden gelenin en iyisini yapıp bu armanın hakkını vereceğiz.
Biz Қазақстанамыз. Бәлкім сендер бізді танымайсыңдар, бірақ бұл маңызды емес. Себебі сендер біздің күшімізді көресіңдер.
Nós somos os campeões do Choque BR. Desta vez, vamos trazer o troféu de campeão de volta para o Brasil.
É possível falar da fase 7 e não pensar em uma equipe campeã. A gente vai surpreender nesse campeonato.
كل تحد فرصة للتقدم وسنتغلب على جميع التحديات لإظهار قوتنا.
لطالما كان فوز البطولة حلمنا، سنخوض في النضال في هذه المرة من أجله.
Come on! Here's you, the crybaby. This is Show You. Pinky swear, we promise. Brothers always stay together.
But no matter how far it flies, it always returns.
Below the Great Wall lies life.
Up there as well, so it's not just Loftus beating the side of VKS, but there goes State and down goes turret as well, so backs are against the rope. What will Chaos do within this one, but nothing near, straight to the back, taking out State. He takes down as well. Danny gets a point takedown, and then they take the higher ground turret.
Yeah, definitely. They need to take this but it's fine. It's not something I like. It's a mad line. They got it more as well, and maybe going for one more. Yes.
The outer city of Navania used to be crawling with pirates.
Here! Quick!
Fortunately, a legendary hero appeared, Captain Redhawk. For years he was undefeated and maintained peace in the outer city.
Captain!
And I'm the guy pretending to be him. I even invented some gadgets of my own.
Don't move! Or the girl gets it.
Cover your ears. Huh? Should I cover mine too?
What was that?
They're coming! My baby! Thank you, Captain. Huh?
Thanks, Captain Redhawk. You saved her.
Always saves the day.
You're a legend.
Incredible!
You're the best, Captain.
Saved her.
Captain Redhawk, you should rest more. You've lost weight.
You're still not good enough, Alessio. The real Captain Redhawk was so courageous, powerful, and brave.
Help me!
I'm not good enough. Not good enough. Come on, Alessio. You have to protect everyone.
Stop right there!
Don't worry, Redhawk is here. It's Captain Redhawk.
Captain Redhawk!
He's here to save us! Captain Redhawk is here!
Redhawk's dead! Where did this come from?
Oh no! Captain, is he okay? Captain Redhawk!
Captain, get up!
What's he gonna do?
Get up! Get up!
What? Is that really?
Captain Redhawk is just a kid.
He's not...
Where's the captain? Was this kid protecting us all this time?
You're pretending to be Redhawk? What a joke.
Well, it's not a joke!
A fake is a fake! Find that fake.
Yes, boss!
Let the outer city know their captain is gone for good.
Captain? Captain! Captain Redhawk!
It's up to you now. From now on, you're Redhawk.
Me? Captain Redhawk? But I can't.
He's not a real captain.
It's just a boy. The real Captain Redhawk? We do.
Fake!
He can't even protect himself.
No matter how hard I try, it's not good enough.
He's awake!
He's okay.
We must hide him. Hurry! Over there! Hurry! Careful.
Go look over there!
Let's go!
Over here, Captain Red Hawk.
Get him to safety.
Right, follow me, Captain.
Where'd you hide it? Spit it out! Get back here! It's me you're after. Let him go!
Captain, come on.
I'll take it from here.
Thank you.
Captain, this way. Quickly, this way.
The Captain's here.
Captain Red Hawk.
Captain.
Captain, my man will take you to the outer sea. You'll be safe there.
I'm not Captain Red Hawk.
You're wrong. You are Red Hawk.
Open the door! You can't escape! Who do you think you are, kid? Hey! A Red Hawk mask? You want to be a hero, kid?
Captain Red Hawk.
Not bad, little hawk.
I'm not Red Hawk.
When you stand up, you will be.
Keep up the bombardment until they hand over the fake. If it isn't the fake, you finally dared to stand up.
Couldn't help it. I'm not gonna quit, as you'll see.
People like you, you want to be special, but you're too weak.
tragedy. This is my choice!
Not bad, little Hawk.
I'm not Red Hawk.
When you stand up, you will be.
I heard there's a mermaid in this area.
Out of 10 Navinians, 11 would tell you that they've heard the mermaid singing.
I wouldn't mind hearing it too.
La la la la. La la la la. La la la la la. La la.
A fluorescent stone!
You're no good at this.
I've been noticed! Time to fight!
Hey! What are you doing? Hey!
It's just you and me! You give that back!
That's a pair for me.
Again?
Your turn.
Come back and fight!
It's the kid who stole the ship! Get him! He's over there!
So you're not with them? Ladies first!
There he is!
Hey, wait up!
Where's that bomb I got from Mr. Hoopa? Got it! Hey, Nisha, firecracker!
A bomb!
Get them!
Leave them to me!
Get her too!
What a pain! Time to end this!
My senses can feel the suspense. Don't be tense, get out the fence. Strike them down with my play sequence. Let me just take a back out of all of their tricks. They might put me to the test, but I got finesse. And I feel the opposition, but it won't be for long. Let the story be written, we will riddle the wrongs. How did it get me so feeling better like this? My fate is hanging in the balance of the wind. Trouble's always knocking at my door like a songwriter. And that was stronger.
Get away!
You idiots! Get them!
Yes, sir. Nice! Looks like the safest place turns out to be right under your enemy's nose.
Nope, I just got tired of running. The coast is clear now. Let's go. It's locked.
Ah!
I won't let you do this!
You cannot prevent his arrival.
That's not good. The Mechanoid giant. It's forming.
Hey, relax. I haven't been drinking. Ah.
Hand over the Arc Core!
He wills it. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Dunshan!
Finish them.
All right, team. Let's show them how it's done.
We've stopped Ming for now. But many others will try to get their hands on this power. This war isn't over yet.
We just might have a friend who can help.
Herkesin bildiği gibi Esports ikonik bir takım. İstanbul'da gerçekleşecek olan bu etkinlik için dünyanın her yerinden gelecek takımlarla mücadele edeceğiz. Türkiye'nin zaferini bütün taraftarlarımıza göstereceğiz.
IV NLX olarak diğer ülkelerin takımlarıyla karşılaşmaktan çok memnunuz. İstanbul'da gerçekleşecek bu turnuva için çok hazırlandık. Kazanacağımıza inanıyoruz ve bunun için savaşacağız.
Beşiktaş Esports çok köklü geçmişe sahip bir takım. Bu turnuvaya katılacağımız için çok heyecanlıyız. Elimizden gelenin en iyisini yapıp bu armanın hakkını vereceğiz.
Biz Қазақстаннанбыз. Бәлкім сендер бізді танымайсыңдар, бірақ бұл маңызды емес. Себебі сендер біздің күшімізді көресіңдер.
Nós somos os campeões do Choque BR. Desta vez, vamos trazer o troféu de campeão de volta para o Brasil.
É possível falar da Alpha 7 e não pensar em uma equipe campeã. A gente vai surpreender nesse campeonato.
كل تحد فرصة للتقدم وسنتغلب على جميع التحديات لإظهار قوتنا.
لطالما كان فوز البطولة حلمنا، سنخوض في النضال في هذه المرة من أجله.
I think it's a dream to win a tournament in the name of Brazil.
Eu gosto muito de jogar o jogo e com esse convite eu tenho a oportunidade de representar o Brasil aqui fora e mostrar que a gente é muito forte.
For the challenge.
Em 2012, a metade mais pobre dos brasileiros vivia com cerca de R$ 448
Oportunidade para ter uma vida financeira melhor.
I play to earn easy money.
Quando pré-preparação para vir para aqui para a Turquia, minha filha terminou sendo internada, mas eu tô aqui por ela principalmente porque eu escolhi quando era mais jovem, escolhi ser pro player e ela é tudo para mim e tudo o que eu faço é por ela.
Negação da equipe! A VKS vem pra cima e vence a série por 2-0. E o Omani vai focando nele, cristal no chão. Alpha 7 termina inacreditável. Que jogo, Ati!
Hulk finallerine hoş geldiniz.
You know high skill C, you have to play it well to make any sort of kill. Yes, a double, going for a little bit more, so he might be
Down goes the high ground turret there, sorry. You have to do damage, but Valve are looking pretty low because they have not only the most...
Byron goes straight in towards the backline.
Like Raid inhibitor there, he is into the back of the queue there. Chaos to do within this
finals of the Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational, and they did it.
Benignos. Dani. Suits. One. Almighty. Vinci. Serena. Mengeshe.
Welcome everybody to the grand finals of the Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational in Turkey. I am Blam, and with me to see this conclusion through to the end is my co-host Zero. How are we feeling going into today?
Oh, we are finally here in the grand finals of this entire tournament, and it's been exciting, Blam, to be a part of history. When we are here after multiple grueling days of the group stages, of the knockout stages, and of course this tournament would not have been possible without our fantastic sponsor Infinix. The Infinix GT10 Pro is innate to be the most professional choice for gamers who are fighting with kings. All sensory game engine and high refresh rate immerse you in the purest gaming experience, and that is the legendary devices that all of these players are playing on.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been waiting the whole 8 days. We just saw that huge introduction video as well, and I cannot lie, I had goosebumps just watching it, especially with a little bit of the history there for Brazil, especially the economic thing that was going on there in 2021. So to see these players really shine since that year, coming through to this, doing it for all different reasons, family, money, religion, everything is it is amazing, to be honest, and I cannot wait to see what goes down in this best of 5. We are right here at the end. It has taken some beatings to get here, but Alpha 7 has really shown that they are undefeated. Can they still go through this tournament, this grand final stage, without dropping around? I don't know. After what we saw from VKS yesterday, they really upped the ante against Foot Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, VKS definitely looked like what we expected them to be, the defending champions of Shock VR. The aggressive plays, Danny finally looking like himself again, playing for the team, playing for the win. And that bodes well for me, Blam, as well as boding well for the side of Vivo Keystars, because they need all of these players to be playing at their 100% to go up against the final boss, which is going to be Alpha 7.
Yes, and it's not just one final boss on the side of Alpha 7. All 5 of those players throughout the entire the Season 1 Invitational have shown that they are all to be tripled with. They are the best within the global esports scene so far. So seeing the likes of Muster in the Baron lane on that Byron pick, seeing Danny with the jungle virtuoso that he is, towards the end of the competition, seeing Suits being so great at the crucial thefts as well. And we're waiting to see who's going to peep with the most MVPs at the end of Season 1. So there's a lot of things riding on this narrative.
Yes.
But as you can see on the screen, if you're not familiar with this S tier plus roster from Alpha 7, here they are: Selena, Hermione, Suits, Benignis, and Musta, with their coach Patala as well going over to VKS.
Yep, and VKS, we have Miap, Danny, One, WinRJ, and Mingichi with their coach Julia. They will be looking to defend their reigning title. Sure, it's a different tournament, but both of these teams, they face each other in the Chalk VR playoffs as well. So this is definitely a very storied matchup. Both teams from the Brazilian region, they are looking to one-up each other in this grand finals.
Yes, and as you can see, we go into the stage. You can see the Holy Grail. That is the trophy there. That is the thing that one of these teams, by the end of these, hopefully, 5 games in its whole entirety, will be taking and lifting it up in the air with pride. Whoever goes out is obviously going to go back to the same region. So once again, I've seen quite a few posts from some of the players. It's like, it doesn't matter who wins. Obviously, we want to win, but Brazil wins in the end, which I think is a great sentiment for both of these teams to say, yes, we really want to win, but Brazil wins anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the trophy is flying back with them to South America regardless. It's just who will be the ones carrying the trophy back home. That is going to be the pride that they are fighting for. That is going to be what they're fighting for. Not to mention, of course, getting some money is great here, right? I mean, a huge chunk of that $300,000 prize pool is something that they are looking to bring home as well.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we all play for prestige, but having the monetary value as well really pushes and incentivizes these players. But I'm sure it's the pride of winning the tournament that definitely succeeds it all. But having that little bit of change in your back pocket, not saying it's small amounts of money, but it is definitely life-changing to some of these players. It could be.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm pretty sure a big chunk, even let's say half of the 300,000 is a big chunk of money anywhere in the world. And not to mention, of course, pride of being a huge part of history, the first champions of the Honor of Kings Invitational, and the first leg of this entire global tournament is going to be up for grabs in this best of 5 finals. There is a lot to fight for on both sides. They've got a lot to prove, and hopefully we get to see some interesting matches, and I hope to see some new interesting heroes as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, what we've really been enjoying over the knockout stages. So I hope in true knockout stage fashion, we get some of those new debuting heroes. I mean, we got a few of them yesterday. I mean, the Zhao finally got to get surface onto the gorge as well. We had the likes of Atta that we've been sort of hinting to throughout the whole of Season 1 Invitational. We had the Fuzi come through as well. So, and the Alessio, obviously that was on the starter style for Esports, but still in that same sentiment that it is a new hero appearing for the first time on the global stage. So again, hopefully we get a full best of 5 with a different kind of roster in terms of these team comps, because we've seen some heroes from like day 1 completely fall off. We didn't really see a pay come through in the knockout stages as well, so we already see lots of different things change already within these just Season 1 Invitational. So I think there's a lot to be desired for in this best of 5.
Yep, absolutely. We're definitely going to be seeing the same old first few bands. I mean, Princess Frost, the Da Qiao, she reared her beautiful face for one game, and that's going to be all we ever see from her ever again, I'm pretty sure. And of course, we have all these signature heroes on both these teams. Like you said, the pay, something that Alpha 7 used to perfection to absolutely destroy Vivo Key Stars during the group stages of the game. And, a lot more other heroes. The Gan and Mo, the Mo Zi is absolutely crucial for this matchup as well.
That's it, but speculation is going to be coming to an end here as we go into the ban and draft phase of Game 1 out of this best of 5 between these two amazing Brazilian teams in the grand finals of Season 1 Invitational of Honor of Kings. And the bans, like we've just alluded to, are staying very similar, but Musashi comes into the priority 2 bans here. We see Jing and Musashi on the side of A7, which both of these players, Danny and Benignus, have both picked throughout the entire of the tournament. And then obviously the Chao and the Dolia. Again, we really commented on that Dolia pick yesterday that could be the crucial thing that really helped these victories of these teams, was Dolia coming through so many times.
Yep, absolutely. But this time they wouldn't allow them to have, wouldn't allow anyone to have it, not even themselves. So taking that out of the board, like you said, Selena picked absolutely amazing on it. I'm pretty sure Menguichi has his days with the Dolia as well. But here we have a Kaiser and Byron, first 2 picked from the side of VKS, and Danny finally will get his hands on that Kaiser.
Oh, yes, indeed. The sticky hero we know and love throughout the whole of the Season 1 Invitational, paired up with Niap's Byron, which both Muster and Niap play this hero so beautifully with the disengage, with the aggressive engage. If they can't get to the back of the line, they re-rotate in, reassess, and get back what they need within that. So like we saw yesterday, I believe we were looking at trying to pick up a mid laner. They just couldn't get it, but then they turned around, went over the wall, came back through their tank, and went straight with that dash again with the knock-up, get in the backline. So again, both of these players, both Niap and Muster, showing great potential on that hero. But then we look over to Benignus picking up the monkey, which we saw towards the latter stage of this Invitational Season 1, and then Hermione getting that early pick, which could be fatal here for VKS. We've seen Hermione on this hero quite a lot, and it's been fantastic plays, very flashy, very high pizzazz from that player and this hero combination as well.
Yep, absolutely. Both these Brazilian teams, they have really showcased the power of the monkey, and Alpha 7 definitely. Benignus, we saw a fantastic game with him on the monkey as well, and what a crowd here for the finals. I mean, we're in Turkey. We are in Turkey, and none of the Turkish teams are in the grand finals, but a great turnout to watch these 2 Brazilian teams fight it out to find out who will be the winners of it all.
So it's not just the sportsmanship of the players on stage, it's the sportsmanship of the people of Turkey, and we thank you for turning out with a great force there to cheer on this amazing grand final. But looking at a few of those final bans there, we got the Direnji coming through, the Consort U, so already that pool for the farm lane hero is getting very short on the side of BKS there. They could still pick up a Fang that we've seen quite a lot towards the knockout stages. And then over the side of BKS, we do see the Ganmo fall through and the Lubu, but I don't believe the Lubu would come through without that Dolia pick anyway. So could that have been a wasted potential in that ban, especially with Charlotte still available in the Clash lane? And we've seen Muster on the Charlotte, on the Mulan as well. So banning out that Lubu was a little bit of a weird one.
We just want to take away, team fight potential on the side of Alpha 7. But like you said, without the Lia, the Lubu is just half the general that he is. But BKS really just wants to have a hold on that team fight. They don't want to allow Alpha 7 to have any great team fight whatsoever. And so far, Alpha 7, they have a lot of mobility, they have a lot of fast-moving heroes, but without that Lubu, they don't have the team fight that they need. BKS will pick up the Lady Sun as their last pick for their marksman to go up against the Arlie. They are going to need to buy time for him to be able to, for her to be able to perform in the late game.
Yeah, we're seeing that push and potential for the late game in game 1, but will Alpha 7 allow them to get to that late game for Madame President herself, Lady Sun, especially that she has the likes of Mgwenchi on the Muzu, and then obviously VKS Danny on the Kaiser. So again, quite a big front line when it comes to these team fights that will happen inevitably. I mean, we're not going to get a pacifist kind of team fight within this games, because it's all to play for in this best of 5. So seeing those heroes come through as solid front lines is really going to aid the Lady Sun in this team comp, as well as the zone in from the Princess Frost.
Absolutely, this is going to be an interesting opening match. Both of these teams trying to feel each other out with this draft here, not really playing something very orthodox, I would say. You know, VKS have gone for something that they're more comfortable with. Alpha 7 are probably more comfortable with completely anything at all. So this is right up their wheelhouse. This is game number 1 of this best of 5 series. The grand finals of the Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational starts now, and this Brazilian finals will start with game number 1.
That's it. This is where the legacy lies. This is where the details start to unravel for either of these teams, because if they start showing their cards a little bit too early to either of these teams, that could be a big flaw into their loss, or even a bigger play into one of these teams' victory. But I'm really interested to see Benignis on the Monkey again, especially with Zhang Fei as well, because normally we've been seeing throughout the knockout stages, the draft has actually seemed a little weaker to me, because we've seen more experimental hero picks come through, and it's really opened up really easy victories for these very established team comps that we saw from the likes of the Brazilian teams and the Turkish teams whilst we had them with us. But seeing the Monkey come out again with the Zhang Fei, and obviously Suits on this Angela, has been one of his staple picks throughout the entire tournament.
Yep, exactly. I mean, the Guardian Maul, the Angela, Suits can play anything. Absolutely in the mid lane, and you know, he's not going to be a stranger to Angela. He's got MVP once on the Angela as well, but against one and Guichi, putting a lot of pressure towards this mid lane, that is going to not allow the Angela to do any sort of early game rotations at the moment. So just has to play a bit slower and allow the side lanes to do what they do on their own, which also means that the Kaiser is going to be uncontested here as well.
Yeah, with the ease up of in the mid lane, getting that economic growth to begin with is something that we can see already for VKS. This is already their 3-4 minute strategy, it seems, is getting VKS 1 on that Princess Frost ahead of Suits on the Angela, but Niap and Muster are already going head to head. They're taking the blows, they're trading them, and neither of them fall there. Whereas again, we're seeing that Mengwenchi's been forced back down to the farm lane because of the aggression that we see from Selena and Omaini down in the farm lane. So we can't really enable the Muzu to be away from this Lady Sun. As we know, this hero struggles early game in terms of the damage. She needs those items, but VKS then going up there with Niap. Could we see a rotation here from Benignis to get a first blood here? Both level 4, so we see Kaiser can have that huge survivability with that halt with at least 8 seconds. Obviously, it's not going to be that huge 16 seconds without that Dolia. Same with many of these heroes on the side of VKS. There is no second ultimate being able to be given up, which we've been seeing quite a lot in that knockout stage.
Yeah, but Kaiser is still Kaiser, even without the second ultimate. It's still a very tanky jungler that can play as a pseudo tank, as a bruiser, as a warrior. So Danny just needs a good start, a decent start to be able to progress. He did go for the cooldown reduction boots, which is pretty interesting on the Kaiser. Usually you do see, you know, the anti-CC boots, but I guess there's not too many crowd control on the side of Alpha 7. It's really just the Charlotte knockup and the stuns coming from the Angela, which is not like a huge duration, nor is it very easy to hit as well. So he's going for more heals, more movement, and that will allow him to have more impact in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be a stranger to seeing these boots being built first and then a switch up halfway through just to accommodate these team fights, because we do say that there is not a lot of crowd control on the side of A7, but they do have the likes of obviously Zhang Fei as well, if able to aim properly, stun into the wall. Same with the Nicholas as well on the Monkey, but we're seeing VKS Danny going and Niep for another own whoop with one as well. It's a 3v1 going in for not only the first blood, but they get the first turret takedown in the clash lane already from Alpha 7. This is already looking like a upset in that pre-4 minutes. This is a VKS that we are not used to seeing. They are feisty. They are in this for the win, it seems.
Absolutely, they are, starting the game on all cylinders here, really playing really well across the map. The 2-man rotation along with one as well, making sure that Master does fall, allows him to get the first tower of the game in the top lane, and that opens up the Sage Golden buff, which is going to be very important for them to control the weakness on this Monkey, who isn't your usual high killing, not a killing machine. He provides a little bit more to his team, but he is still a hero that you want to not enable to have a good game.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to underestimate him. I played Monkey yesterday in a competitive game, and I really enjoyed how fast his wave clear can be. I thought from such a fun-loving, cutesy character that those wave clears with the bounce back of the bubble as well, and also that shield from his first abilities, pretty huge in these team fights. And we're already seeing those no, that's physical damage boots, isn't it, on the side of Monkey there, so already going for a little bit more of a defense on those boots overall. And yeah, again, we are still, it's not a slow burner, but it's not also burning out too fast and too bright. But Niap takes that teleportation mechanic down from the Baron lane, preempts O'Mini, but O'Mini gets out of there with the kill as well. Well played by Alpha 7.
Yeah, he, Niap, tried to read the eventual teleportation, but he just took too much damage while just waiting for the Arlie to teleport over there. So he took a lot of damage and did fall himself, did give away some of his gold away to his opponents, and they're still trying to get something done here in the bottom side, but too much damage from the Angela will force them back. Win RJ happy to be able to survive with an inch of his health.
Yeah, that was beautifully played by VKS Niap there, literally going for the aggressive play, and it kind of, I really wanted that to work, but unfortunately, this is no other team. This is no usual team. This is Alpha 7, and they are here to stay. They take the Clash Lane turret as well, so they are now even Stevens in the turret game, and could potentially persuade that into Alpha 7's favor with that farm lane turret as well, looking pretty low as those minions rotate around and take it there. And we've got a little bit of a 3v3 brewing here. Also, Danny looking for a backline rotation, or just sitting patiently in that bush to enable the team to take out a lot of the damage already on the side of A7, and then for VKS Danny to come in and sweep that up. But it looks like he's gone back in there to make sure he claims that Sage buff from VKS, from Alpha 7, sorry.
Yep, still keeping themselves in the game at the moment. Clash Lane Tower, both teams have lost their Clash Lane Tower. The Sparm Lane Tower is down for the side of VKS, but in terms of net worth, they are still pretty neck and neck. The Overlord is still alive, but none of these teams are actually trying to go for it. And Guichi might be in a dangerous position. Danny trying to find an opening on towards any of these heroes, but Selena is the last target he really wants to go for.
Yes, there is so much going on here, to be honest. And did we expect anything different from both of these teams? Probably not. The economic curve being very similar, but Benigna's being caught out there. The Monkey was just a little bit too cheeky with that ultimate, rolling around, getting caught by VKS1 with that slow as well. And here we see Menguchi and Danny going in, hopefully to take down another kill from Alpha 7. Down goes Almighty as well, making that 3 kills on the board for VKS. And it looks like they're not just done that, they are looking to take that mid lane turret, and it is now opened up that mid lane So huge amount of space here for VKS to be enabled the ganks, but also the farm on the side of Alpha 7's jungle. But we could see that tier 2 turret be taken and traded there for Alpha 7, not quite as Niat manages to get to it.
Yeah, like we've seen historically, hold that thought for a bit, one taking a lot of damage, but they're trying to get a Sage Golem buff as well, but Ignis will be able to escape and VKS will be able to secure that Sage Golem buff. But as I was saying, we've historically seen whichever team that takes that mid tier 1 tower first will eventually come to win the game. And is this a foreshadowing of the outcome of this this game, if not the series? VKS actually playing phenomenally so far.
Yeah, everything's to play for at this stage now. I mean, they could have been knocked out yesterday, but was it going to be likely? No. But here, this is the be-all and end-all of this tournament, so they are going to have to bring out all those plays. They're going to have to hold no punches as well. And Alpha 7 is going to be on the receiving ends of those unconstrained punches from VKS, and it's looking like these hits are sticking as well, because Alpha 7 not getting any of that jungle priority on both either the Tyrant or the Overlord. They've managed to get 2 turrets, but so is VKS, and VKS are up with the kills and ever so slightly ahead with that gold. If we look towards the lanes as well, a big dominance between the mid lane of VKS compared to Alpha 7. And then we see that Ali's managing to stay ahead of the Lady Sun, so that's kind of like a healthy place you want to stay in, is make sure Lady Sun is not getting farmed and fed too much.
Exactly, they are trying to make sure their late game is not as strong as it can be. Of course, with the Lady Sun, it's always scary to get to that 20-minute mark, because one roll, one hit can essentially kill off the Angela, the Arlie, or even something like the Zhang Fei is very vulnerable to that late game damage from her as well.
Yes, and once again, it's just all about that late game, and VKS are playing it so far to enable the late game. Not quite going to get activated too early on the side of VKS, that Lady Sun, but however, it doesn't matter when it activates, but if you allow that to activate and you allow that to get to that point, then that's when the sticky situations not only come from the Kaiser, but come from the Lady Sun. Stun there onto Benignus from Mingenshi as well. Great pick this Muzu is being throughout the latter half of this tournament. But speaking of going in, we see Benignus take down one. It's currently a 1-0 trade double kill for Benignus there, not pulling any punches and throwing all those bubbles at his enemies and hoping they stick, and they did get a double kill there. Danny going in with that ult, but nice suppression there from Suits on the Angela, keeping that Kaiser at bay. And it looks like that's where that whole interaction's going to end. But still, Muster looking for an aggressive push-up in that farm lane to try and take the high ground turret. This is the grand final we were hoping for, Zero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Radio. So there it is. So far into the almost 12th minute here between VKS and Alpha 7, and we're already seeing those switch ups here, and the tempo slightly moving over to the side of Alpha 7. With the finally one jungle objective on the card there for this team, and they have equalized the kills. We're having a great push here from Benignus up in the Clash lane, picking up another second tier turret, so failing that mid lane game, but failing, we see Suits get taken down there by one. Down goes Almighty by Danny as well. That is a 2-0 trade so far from VKS. They are paying back that dividends of the last team fight between these two Goliaths here, because this match up and this tournament narrative is no longer David versus Goliath. It is Goliath versus a Goliath, and these two Titans are not looking at slowing up any point now.
Absolutely, they did get a great favorable trade there, getting 2, and that will allow them to get the Shadow Overlord here. net worth graphic. Look at that. It's just showing how this game has been, you know, back and forth on both sides. Both teams have taken leads at separate points of the game, but at the moment the lead is very thinly held here from the side of VKS after that great mid lane fight with Danny being able to cut towards the back line. So they need to hold on to this. Danny is getting there. He's 8,000 net worth at the moment, while Benignus is 10.4k. That is a huge difference in terms of a jungler. But on the other hand, the Byron played by Niap is currently leading for the rest of his team as well. So it's all down really to the marksman difference at the moment as we are nearing the late game situation. The Daybreaker almost completed here by the Lady Sun, and that's when we start to see her really putting the damage in. Danny taking a lot of damage from Benignus. He needs some backup here, and backup has arrived in the form of Niap. A lot of damage there being taken by Benignus, but he will be able to back away. The slippery hamster that he is. Princess Frost ultimate will force out the Zhangfei knockback and saw Danny in some trouble. He pops the ultimate, stays alive. Almina is down, brought down there by one. Double Q on towards the Master as well. And this might be the end for the side of Alpha 7 as they're trying to hold their high ground. 3 versus 5, but VKS isn't very healthy at the moment. One already down to half health. WinRJ needs to hit a couple of more minions to be able to regen his health. Oh, one gets brought down there by Benignus, who regened up and came back into the fight. And this might turn things around. Lady Sun gets the return kill, but not before he pays with his life. Yeah, gets hit there. Suits in trouble. Suits will fall here, and that is going to leave the bottom tier 3 tower completely open. Nope, they're going to go for it towards the mid, because that is where the next wave is going to reach first.
What a beautiful back and forth there. Danny getting those 50 kills on the board. I'm pretty sure somebody from Alpha 7 got the 50 kills yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was Benignus as well. So both of these junglers looking at that 50 kill mark for both of these teams. But again, beautiful back and forth there. And we didn't expect anything different coming into this grand final of Season 1 Invitational. Danny going in to try and steal the Tyrant, and he does there. Alpha 7 no more the crucial theft masters. Danny is definitely playing this jungle role to its full potential. Niap into the back of the line there. Unfortunately for Niap, they managed to get some shield on the side of A7, keeping them alive, and then Selena's pushing them back to force them away from these squishy champions that are currently being left alive, which is the Ali and the Angela. But when we was looking at that team fight down in that farm lane, Angela just didn't have a foot in, because if you allow or make the Angela exposed, he is being able to be taken down very easily. But he could have taken down very easily. That was just too easy for a Zhangfei takedown. And it looks like this could be a potential crystal takedown in game 1 for VKS. They are looking to finish the game with a 1-0 there against Alpha 7. Alpha 7 has bled. They have dropped around by VKS.
Look how hyped they are, finally getting their sweet revenge in the first game of this best of 5 series, and Danny played a spectacular game along with Niap as well, and allowing, you know, WinRJ to reach that late game, to reach that point where he is an absolute beast. It has allowed them to take the first game of this best of 5 series. What a way to make a statement about who is the best team from Brazil.
Just the fact that they've managed to take a round from Alpha 7, who up until this point, which is still very, very impressive, have not lost a round. But there it is. There's that first mark. There's that first little blemish on that perfect score from Alpha 7, unfortunately for that team. But that is not to overshadow such a beautiful performance there by the side of VKS. But when you look at VKS's team comp, it is a feisty, aggressive team comp. It is nothing to sort of bow your head to. It's something you have to sort of face head on. And unfortunately, there was a little bit lacking in the Alpha 7 team comp there, because Muster wasn't able to be anywhere near as aggressive as he would like to be, because Byron pick has been taken, and we've already seen that this hero is literally a tier 0 hero within that clash lane, and Niap shown perfectly how it dismantles the Charlotte pick.
200% team fight rate? How does how does the math work? Was he there twice or something? Probably just a little error. You see the numbers, but absolutely amazing game from both Niap and Danny here. MVP could go to either of them. I think it's just a huge toss-up. They both did their roles very well, making sure that Almine had a tough fight. It's very makes it hard for the Almine to take any sort of fights. The Angela as well. The moment without your CC immunity, you are just sitting ducks for two heroes that can just constantly knock you back and knock you up as well. And what seemed to be a what was a very even game, not seems to be, that was a very even game that could have gone either way, but it came down to one final fight around the Overlord that gave VKS the win, and the MVP will be one who will overtake Benignus in the will get one more point ahead of Benignus in the MVP race.
Yes, because yesterday Benignus didn't get a single MVP, whereas VKS 1 did. So this now firmly puts him I think it's at least 2 ahead of Benignus now. So again, looking for the potential overall MVP of Season 1 Invitational. And to be honest, it is something that is well deserved. This player, VKS 1, has been a fantastic mid lane player. Not only just on the zoning champs, but on the likes of the Ganmo as well. Those are the really only 2 picks we've really ever seen him on, is the Princess Frost and then the Ganmo as well. Obviously, we got to see him on the... no, it literally was Ganmo and Princess Frost yesterday, so those were the 2 picks. And those 2 picks have been carrying VKS Danny all the way through this tournament. And it shows that maybe... yes, you don't need a huge hero pool. All you need is 2 fantastic picks to carry you through to take the overall MVP so far of Season 1 Invitational.
Yeah, I don't know about the saying, jack of all trades, master of none, but better than a master of one, because as long as you are one and you are the master of the Princess Frost, you definitely will be able to carry the game from the mid lane. And Blam, this series just started, but I'm already sweating it off. This is definitely showing to be one of the best series of the entire tournament.
Absolutely, I feel like unbuttoning this shirt already, but none of this would be capable of if it wasn't to our sponsor, Infinix. Infinix GT10 Pro is the most innate and professional choice for gamers who are fighting with kings. All-sensory game engine, high refresh rate immerses you in the purest gaming experience. So once again, thank you very much, sponsors Infinix, for your sponsorship and your devices.
Absolutely, and and it has allowed us to be able to witness a part of history in this grand final. So game 2 will be starting really soon, guys, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a short break.
Up there as well, so it's not just Lofty speeding the side of VKS, but there goes Snake and down goes. Turret as well, so backs are against the rope. What will Chaos do within this one? But nothing near. Straight to the back, taking out Snake. Point takes down as well. Danny managed to get the point takedown, and then they take the higher ground turret.
Yeah, definitely. They need to take this but this fight is not something I like. There's a match between the gun and Mo as well, and maybe going for one more. Yes, yes.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Season 1 Invitationals Grand Finals between Alpha 7 and Vivo Keystars. Those new joining at home and in the event, my name is Blam, and with me, as always, is the Mr. Super Zero. How are we feeling going into Game 2 now? Goliath bleeds.
Yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, it's a Goliath versus Goliath matchup, and the first game has just given us a taste of what's coming in here to this best of 5 finals. I am almost certain that this is going the distance, Blam. We finally will have a full series.
Absolutely, it can go the distance. For those of my beautiful singing voice there, as clearly I didn't make it in that avenue, that's why I'm in casting. But yes, it can definitely go the distance here with this best of 5 between these two amazing teams that have showed us what they are capable of for the entire of Season 1 Invitational. But again, very serious, very focused draft and bans here from both teams, and Alpha 7 already looking a little bit like, whoa, okay, this hasn't happened throughout the entire of this Season 1 Invitational. What has happened? And what is that? What is our ban have done there? Get it off the cards. At least it's not getting picked, but why is that banned? It's nowhere near as ferocious as that Kaiser pick.
Absolutely. It's much... I mean, we've seen the Dun have losing, what was that, 8-9 games in a row since the group stages?
Something ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... It's insane that, you know, it's still getting, you know, some respect in the band, and maybe they know something we don't. Maybe it's the counter to that first pick Jing on the side of Alpha 7, but I don't think so. It's just a hero that has fell short over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, even if it was a counter to a hero like Jing, it's about catching that hero first. And so far for the entire of the tournament, we've seen the likes of Dong Huang being picked as a counter pick for the Jing, and it never working. So for someone to have a single target CC is, I'm not too sure about with that one, but we get the Jing come through. Princess Frost is going over the side of Suits this time, and then Almighty is staying with the early pick. We saw some flashy plays with it, but then towards the end, because that Lady Sun becoming ever so aggressive with that late game pick, and we were speaking about this earlier, but Pei coming through on the side of VKS.
Yeah, VKS wants to let Alpha 7 feel what Danny felt when Danny was on that Jing in their group stage match. Never a single blue buff being taken from the on the Jing. It's always just 4 or 5 man rotations into the enemy jungle, get that away from the hands of Benignus, and you know, Danny wants to have exactly a little bit more revenge. They got the first game, and they are looking for a little bit more as well.
Yeah, getting that 1-up already in this best of 5 is a huge confident boost here for VKS. It's not like they needed it because of their great performance yesterday with how they upped the ante against their opponents yesterday within the semi-finals. So we see the Muzi ban come through, as well as Little Loot as well. So these two bans we've seen quite often with the support heroes. They are quite prominent support heroes within the current meta so far. We saw Minginshi on the Muzi in the last game, and it was a fantastic pick. Really great for shutting down heroes that are trying to get stuck into your backline, but also a great starter of these team fights, starting off with a stun for then allowing like assassin-like heroes to get in and get stuck in and tear apart these heroes that have been stunned by the Muzu. It's a great ban, but also a great pick, and we see why it's been banned over on VKS. They don't want to give that pick up. But then we look over to A7, again the Consort U and the Renji being banned has now forced the Lady Sun to come through again. The Sun has got his hat on. Hip hip hooray for VKS.
Yeah, I don't know about the Lady Sun in this specific matchup. They're trying to play fast, they're trying to play aggressive, so the Lady Sun doesn't really fit into that narrative. The Diren Jie, of course, has been taken away, so has the Consort U. Marco Polo might have been the next best pick as a marksman that you want to play aggressive, or actually the Fang would have been even better in this matchup as well. But Alpha 7 will pick up the Dong Huang as their last pick on this support, looking to shut down the Pei with the suppression, with the ultimate coming from the Dong Huang.
Yes, it's been a while since the Dong Huang has actually come out. I don't believe it came out at all between these two teams yesterday. VKS didn't pick it up. Alpha 7 did actually pick it up, but they've already got their support pick in this game, and it is Zhong Fei. But Dong Huang has shown the skill of this hero throughout the tournament, and we're getting Zhou Yu come through in the mid lane for VKS1. This may have been played by VKS1 at some point within the tournament, but I feel like it was definitely a Suits pick. We did see Star Wars Esports pick it up yesterday, but I feel like one of these players has played the Zhou Yu as well, especially with the effective mid laner pool being very small, especially when the likes of Mai are being considered as well. And this time actually hasn't been banned, so Mai not banned in game 2, but still not being picked because of having the likes of Jing on the side of Alpha 7, it wouldn't really make sense, because then you've got 3 dive heroes on the side of Alpha 7. So if all 3 of those dive, then all you've really got protecting them is that Don Juan, and that is one heck of a responsibility I feel Selena does not want.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be a very interesting match. We always love the Jing when she shows up in any of the games. It's just such a flashy hero, especially in the hands of Benignus. But if VKS takes a leaf out of Alpha 7's book and just completely invades the jungle over and over again, we might see, another lackluster Jing game. But if there's any player that knows how to play against a composition that is focusing on shutting you down, that has to be Benignus, and he will need every ounce of experience he has to be able to win this game.
Definitely. I mean, Benignus is the only player to have a pentakill within the Season 1 Invitational, and it is on this champion Jing. And we're already seeing Pei go over, potentially, to look and starve that Sage buff from the Jing, but it already seems like that was going to be overshadowed by Alpha 7. There was like, we know that is going to be the play here. VKS Danny is already looking to make that portrayal, but he's already lost a lot of health. So for him to try and get in there and steal that is going to be a hard thing to do. So even Selena right now, thanks to the Don Juan pick, is quite a sustainable early game hero. But when you're going 3v1 against the Don Juan, that is a problem, but it allows Jing to get that Sage buff. So could we call that a fair trade rather than that starvation of the Sage buff from Jing on Alpha 7? I think we could.
Well, one Sage buff is not the end-all be-all here for VKS. They can continuously just invade it again and again as long as they keep an eye on the timer, because they just really need to stop it once to be able to have a chain reaction of being able to constantly steal it away from their opponents. So the only downside of that entire engagement was that Danny was not part of the finally part of the kill, which did not give him the experience he needs. But Alpha 7 is gonna be the ones playing aggressive and will be stealing the Sage buff away from Danny.
Yeah, whatever you can do, I can do better. Benignus basically saying to Danny there. We saw a great effort from VKS try to steal the Sage buff from Benignus over on A7. But again, the other thing that really upset that whole interaction is the fact that the tempo of Danny's farm was a lot slower thanks to that. He not only took a lot of damage, he had to recall as well, and then that's when his jungle farm started at almost 2-minute mark, which is very slow in Honor of Kings.
Absolutely, and he went for the Red Might Golem first before going for the blue buff, which allowed VKS to which allowed Alpha 7 to be able to invade their jungle. So still neck and neck in terms of net worth. I mean, it is still early, 2 minutes in. A lot of the net worth is currently on the side of both the Arlie as well as the Jing on the side of Alpha 7, while on VKS side it's on the Byron and the Zhou Yu. So both different positions have have different leads at the moment. The Byron obviously is going to absolutely dominate the Charlotte in the top lane, but the mid lane is where I'm more surprised, probably because Suits has been rotating so much across the map.
Yeah, and when we got to pick up a hero like the Jing, it means that Charlotte also has to sacrifice being given extra farm as well, because Jing is one of those heroes that is farm hungry, and if you can get that Jing ahead, it really makes a difference of these team fights. And you can kind of already see it makes a difference to Muster as well, because he's really struggling to gain that macro game that he's very well known for on the side of Alpha 7. It's really been a hard matchup, especially in game 1, seeing him very not as aggressive. The only real aggressive play we saw was towards the late game, where he went to the back of the queue to try and take out 3 of VKS, but there was nobody bigging him up from the front of the team fight. So again, really starving Muster of that Byron pick is definitely showing a weakness here on the side of Alpha 7, it seems.
Definitely, it is when you're putting all your eggs in that Jing basket. Obviously, this is not like a single hyper carry comp. They do have the Arlie as well, but when you have two heroes, like you said, that are so farm hungry, you need some sacrifices has to be made, and unfortunately, Master is the one to be drawing the short end of the straws. So he should still be able to find some impact throughout the game as a Charlotte, especially later on when the team fights are more heavy, and he doesn't have to join the team fights as often as well, seeing that Jing will be able to push out most of the damage in the early stages of the game, so he might be able to recover in the mid-game stage.
Yeah, must have almost been coerced into taking that teleportation mechanic down to the farm lane there, as we saw Pei and Byron both rotate up, and they already have that early game domination on that clash lane. So again, Byron really has that free roam there. So Niap on the side of VKS playing the clash lane a lot better within this pre-4 minutes and going into that post 4 minute mark now. With both Tyrant up, Menginchi taking a lot of damage there on the side of VKS. So again, their tank is pretty damaged there, but there may not be a contest here for that Tyrant. No, they felt like they were there if they were needed, but they just didn't see the potential of stealing the Tyrant from VKS. So VKS picking up the first Tyrant again. 2 games back-to-back right now as Muster tries to get that clash lane pushed to trade a turret here.
$300 gold difference on both sides. It's hard to say who has, the lead at the moment. I mean, in terms of towers, sure, one tier 1 in the top, in the clash lane has already fallen. The bottom side, though, the farm lane is heavily going in the favor of Alpha 7, but it is just basically a stalemate at the moment. Almine will be able to finish off that bottom tier 1 tower. So it is still a very neck-and-neck game. VKS will be playing a little bit more reactive, I feel, because they have the Lady Sun, but that is, again, like I said during the draft, when you're playing against a Jing, you're not consistently invading that jungle, you're allowing the Jing to progress towards the mid-game, who you can see right now already completed the Axe of Torment and is going to reach his next item very soon. That's going to be a very situation to be in when you are fighting for the mid-game. Once the Jing completes the Master Sword, the damage output is going to be insane. Benigna's, they're trying to shut him down now. The knockback from the Zhang Fei ultimate is not going to connect. Benigna's taking a bit of damage, but popping the ultimate will be able to survive for the moment, and they should not be able to dive in too deep for this tier 1 tower.
I mean, it's still looking like it. They got the minions there, and there's 3 of VKS at that bottom farm lane turret, as well as Niap looking for that aggression onto the Arlie in the mid lane. And we see that trade once again going for the clash lane to the farm lane in terms of turrets. We've already seen it on the side of Alpha 7, losing the clash lane, but picking up the farm lane. And we're seeing again that push for that second tier turret in the farm lane from VKS. This is almost a copy and paste strategy of the first game. The only factor that hasn't quite fallen yet is that mid lane turret, which I feel they need to make a lot more effort of making sure it stays alive. Currently, we're seeing a pickup here for Almaini getting the kill onto Menginchi. So that is 2 kills to Alpha 7 over to Alpha 7, sorry, but they are going to lose potentially the second tier turret again. So Niap, thanks to the fantastic attention to detail with that macro in the early game, has allowed him to once again open up a second tier turret free 10 minutes.
Yeah, but they need to defend his tier 1 tower in the mid though. There is no Princess Frost on their side. The Zhou did die, so he has to make his way all the way back from base, which will allow Alpha 7 to finish off that tower. Nope, just one more hit. No, it looks like they will not be able to, but we might see Almine just go in, try to finish it off. But at the moment, it's still going to stand here for the side of VKS. So we haven't really seen an aggressive play from Danny after that first rotation. And a kill on from the top, of course, but other than that, he's been pretty passive, just farming up as much as he can, trying to go for these 1 versus 1s and trying to go for Master right now. Master trying to fight back. Master doing so much damage to Danny, but Danny has both buffs Mustard still hiding. Byron will be here to help him out, and that will be enough to finish off Mustard, who was trying to push off the side waves. But top lane, that is going to be Benigna's doing the same thing as well. They will bring down the second tier Clash lane tower.
Yes, Muster going down there. They managed to pick up a second tier turret for themselves. So again, a little bit more an advancement on where they were in the first game. So game 2 played a little bit better in terms of the lane. They are definitely trading these turret objectives a lot better on the side of Alpha 7. It still gives them that economic curve in their favor. There's only 2 kills on the board, so still a lot of brawls to be desired on the side of both of these teams here, because they are stopped the kills, they are waiting for the right moment to strike. But currently looking on the side of VKS, if Benignas doesn't get the right angle into these team fights, we could see the team fights definitely going heavily in the favor of VKS. And Alpha 7 trying to get a push here onto a Tyrant, that Shadow Tyrant of the match. But McGinty with the crucial kill theft. It's not just Danny, it is a second factor currently on the side of VKS. Danny takes down Armani as well. That is a double kill for the Lady Sun. That is going to be huge for the activation of this late game hero right now.
Absolutely clutch steal there from the Zhang Fei. Oh, Danny's taking a lot of damage, but he's holding his own at the moment, but he's dropping very low. Will he fall first? Yes, he will. The damage from WinRJ is starting to stack up. We're reaching the reaching the late game at the moment. Let's watch that. Let's watch that beautiful play once again. That is just the ultimate from Zhang Fei, and that still doesn't do a lot of damage. It just does a little bit of damage. It's mostly used for the knockback as well as the crowd control, but it just provided them enough damage to kill off the Tyrant, and that just gave VKS such a huge lead into this game.
Oh, huge. VKS really showing the amount of power they've been suppressing throughout the entire of this Season 1 Invitational. They are a different cut. But did we expect anything different from the Chalk BR 2023 champions? I don't think so. I think this was just a little bit of a false pretense for us on the English caster desk here, because you could probably know that Brazilian caster desk is going to be like, oh, BKS are just messing around. They show this all the time. It's a little bit of showboating on their side. But to come across physically as deflated after that first series with Alpha 7, to be this confident, that is Oscar winning, like, acting right there for VKS, because they are not deflated in this best of 5 right now.
Absolutely, you saw their reactions after the first game. They were elated, they were hyped, they were ready, they were pumped. And this game, they are showing the same energy as well. I'm pretty sure after that steal, the players were probably standing up on their feet, which is probably not a good position to be in. But not a good position to be in is WinRJ, as he gets cut towards the back lines from the Nickness as well as the Dong Huang. But Aomine will be the one to trade with his life as well. So for 2-for-2 trade-off, you do lose 2 cores on the side of VKS, but at least you manage to get the enemy's marksman as well. So not the end of the world. Pei is still the most farmed hero on the map. Lady Sun is starting to catch up, but the lead is still in the favor of VKS.
Yes, it could be a potential 2-0 already for VKS, which is not the side we was actually thinking of a 2-0 to come from this quick. But luckily for Alpha 7, they can still count their blessings. They have the higher ground turrets currently, so again, not completely backed against the crystal, but the rope is slowly cutting away for Alpha 7 on that backline. But again, a great effort so far from VKS. Currently double the kills up. Currently 3k ahead in gold. So that economic curve is definitely curving towards the side of VKS there. So Alpha 7's really got to do some tricky work in terms of how they're going to pick off some 1v1s or even try and proc some 1v1s against VKS.
It's hard though, because this is the late game stage where you just see 5 4 or 5 members stick together. Probably the only one that wouldn't be fully sticking together would be Miap or the Charlotte on the other side, as we do see Menguichi being the one to take the Tyrant again. He has made it a habit, right? He's been enjoying the steals, and he's even right now stealing from his teammates as well.
Do you reckon before he presses his skill, he twists his mustache, and that's what claimed that kill theft on the side of VKS? I want to see that cam go on. That's definitely what played by in my mind when McGinty takes that crucial theft from the side of Alpha 7. But Selena looking like he's in trouble here. That Don Huang has actually been a quite underwhelming pick on the side of Alpha 7. We see Jing waiting in the back line, hoping that the other side, the other components of Alpha 7 can do some damage, but Mia playing right into Benignus, almost countering and saying, well, okay, so where's the Jing? The closest place she could be is in one of these bushes, and luckily for Niap, he guessed correctly.
Yeah, they don't want the same thing to happen again, where the Jing and the Dong Huang just cut towards the back, hit WinRJ first before they were able to react. So, you know, once bitten, twice shy here from the side of VKS. They are dotting their I's and crossing their T's right now, making sure that they have everything they need to be able to end the game. At the moment, the Lady Sun has completed her Daybreaker, so that is pretty much nearly full item here for the Lady Sun. I'm not sure if she will go for the Sage's Sanctuary to have that second life. Probably safer to actually build that, but he might feel that it's not needed, and she might just go for more damage.
Yeah, Alpha 7 looking pretty light in the jungle objectives here. They don't have a single one taken for themselves, thanks to the crucial theft of Benginshi there on the side of VKS, putting them at a whole 5 jungle objectives right now, going into the 16th minute, and they have the Shadow Vanguard coming down in the Clash lane. There is a big push here for that higher ground turret on the Clash lane as well, so burn comes from the Zhou Yu. That takes down the first higher ground turret on the side of Alpha 7. They are now slowly starting to slip away in terms of the back support they have. Nia catching out. Benignus there dealing a lot of damage, but Benignus managed to get away at the moment. But can we see a close in on that distance thanks to the, okay, Dong Huang coming through, but the suppression was answered perfectly there. They didn't lose Menginchi. They managed to take out the Dong Huang. That is a 4v5 coming into the Crystal fight again. No higher ground turrets are gone. It is the last bastion, the last hope here for Alpha 7. VKS slowly getting wiped out. Oh, can Lady Sun do it? Oh my gosh, that goes down to win. RG taking the Crystal in game 2. VKS are hyped. I'm trying to figure out who's more hyped, me or them, but that was a beautiful rush to the end.
Absolutely. I mean, that fight looked like it went to Alpha 7's side because they just got caught in the Princess Frost ultimate, but who did not get caught? That was the Lady Sun, who had 2 items at that point. And if you give a marksman of that caliber, if you give WinRJ 5 seconds to hit your Crystal, it's going to go down for sure. And right now, this was not the situation we were expecting. We were expecting a close series. We were expecting a close fight. Sure, the games have been close, but the score lines do not reflect that, because at the moment it is VKS leading the series 2-0.
Yeah, but they've definitely made the cut deep onto the official or original Goliath within the Season 1 Invitational, which is Alpha 7. But currently, definitely not looking like a Goliath right now. They are shrinking into a David, a pocket-sized David very soon. Could potentially be the outcome of this best of 5. Already at 2-0 for VKS. We were expecting 0-1-1, just trading these wins evenly. But like you said, we are seeing a different kind of Alpha 7 that we're not used to seeing. This is a little bit peculiar.
Yeah, we're also seeing probably, VKS in their championship form. This is probably the form they were in when they won Shock VR, and my oh my, this has been such a exciting series. I mean, the early game, definitely has gone, back and forth. Both sides have at different points of the game taken the lead. Less so in this game. Past the mid-game stage, it's all just VKS, and Alpha 7 could not get a single map objective under their belt, and the MVP, of course, has to go to Mr. Fabulous Mustache himself. It is Mingrishi on the Zhang Fei. That's still absolutely crucial.
The reason why they didn't get a map objective is the MVP of Game 2, and it is Menginshi as well. Throwing up the gun fingers for the side of VKS there because he meant it. I mean, just look at this steal. Just brewing up. Dong Guan couldn't even stop it. He was just sort of like, oh, no, he's not going to do it. And then all of a sudden, he was like, oh, okay. So the support player takes the steal. What is going on? Hello? And then that could have easily tilted Alpha 7 there because Almighty drops as well, thanks to the pressure being applied by VKS after almost perfect crucial theft. And then we see Selena getting taken down after a suppression that normally takes down 1 or 2 people because the suppression is a double-edged blade. It means you can lock down one of your enemy heroes, generally one of their carries, and then unfortunately the Dong Huang goes down as well. But very well navigated there by VKS. They managed to do the suppression without losing. But then we see the rolls come through from WinRJ, and he takes that crystal. That was just chef's kiss to VKS.
Absolutely, what a game, what a series that has been going on so far. But all of this would not have been possible without our fantastic sponsor, Infinix. They are all the players are currently playing on the Infinix GT10 Pro, which is the most professional choice for gamers who are fighting with kings. All sensory game engine and high refresh rate immerse you in the purest gaming experience.
And purist is no lie. What I can only suspect of the GT10 Pro is that it's going to be a fast touch sampling, and definitely was needed for WinRJ to take that crystal towards the end. He must have been mashing that phone with every ounce of life he had left in that game too. And what a beautiful takedown of the crystal there. But before we get too hyped, we are going to take a little break just to rebalance ourselves and get ourselves grounded going into Game 3. Can Alpha 7 take a win from VKS? We'll see you soon.
on! Here's you, the crybaby. This is Show You. Pinky swear, we promise. Brothers always stay together.
But no matter how far it flies, it always returns. Below the Great Wall lies mine.
I heard there's a mermaid in this area.
Out of 10 Navinians, 11 would tell you that they've heard the mermaid singing.
I wouldn't mind hearing it too.
La la la la. La la la la. La la la la la.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational Grand Finals between Alpha 7 and currently running up the wins. It is VKS 2-0 and up. Can they take Game 3 and take the Grand Finals? Here with me, as always, is Zero to see if they can and how are we feeling about Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, this has been an unexpected turn of events so far, at least for me. I'm not sure about you, Blam, but we expected, a close series in terms of the score. The games themselves have been very competitive across both sides, but VKS seems to be clicking very well today. Maybe it's because of the games they just played yesterday. Maybe they've finally nailed down what they needed to do to win this all, because right now they are leading the series 2-0.
Yeah, there's definitely work to be done in the draft side for Alpha 7, but like you said, they have been close games. There's been no 3 10-minute stomps that we've been seeing in the tournament, but naturally and traditionally, we've been seeing those pre-10-minute stomps on Game 3, so will VKS be looking to go for the jugular in this game?
Yeah, they are definitely looking to close it out here. I mean, this is potentially the last game of the tournament for everyone, right? This might, if VKS plays their cards well, they will be able to send Alpha 7 home right here and now, but that puts a different sort of pressure on both of these teams as well. VKS, they want to close it out here and now. They don't want to allow Alpha 7, who we know to be an absolute beast, to be able to climb back out of this situation. So this last game is as crucial for the side of VKS as it is for Alpha 7. They want to end it right here and now.
Yeah, it's definitely that beast of burden, that Game 3, and it has definitely sent some teams already in Season 1 Invitational crumbling what we've seen so far. So what makes this any difference is the fact that it's Alpha 7 who never dropped around until this game. So I can only imagine that we are not going to get that 3-0 stomp in this Game 3 is going to be super fast. Game over by VKS. I can imagine that Alpha 7 are going to bear that beast of burden and take it and carry it all the way till Crystal. Fingers crossed, because we want that full best of 5. But looking at that ban draft, it's very similar to what we've been seeing. So the Cho, the Jing, the Princess Frost actually getting banned this time, and Dolia again. So we're going to get a little bit of a difference in that mid lane. Will Mai come through? It is yet to tell, but VKS Danny already looking to go for that Game 1 team comp again.
Yeah, the Kaiser and the Byron, he played phenomenally in the first game. Second game, he was on the play a completely different hero because the Kaiser was banned out. And look at that, confident already from Danny, showing that 3-0 sign.
And the Muzu getting picked up as well. So again, we are looking for that Game 1 team comp that we saw and dominated with, basically. But the Derenji comes through. Yeah, the Derenji comes through, and obviously Zhang Fei goes over to the side of Alpha 7, which we saw on Game 1, I believe it was. We saw the Zhang Fei go through there, as it was on Game 2 on Menginshi. So a little bit of swapping from the support players here, but we see the Monkey ban, and we see Ganmo and Mai being banned as well. So could this Muzu be the mid lane pick, or could it be is it going to be something else for VKS1? Because we have seen the Muzu being picked in that mid lane, and still Alpha 7 doesn't have that mid lane yet, but they do ban out the Musashi, which has been a huge pick for Benignus as well.
Yeah, not many, good mid lane mages left in the pool at the moment. The Lady Zen, we've seen, I think Alpha 7 picked that up once. Angela, of course, is going to be the staple here for suits. VKS, they don't have much mage choices unless, like you said, they put the Muzu in the mid lane. They have played the Zhou as well, so that is another option that they could potentially go for on the side of VKS.
Yeah, fight fire with fire, because we see Alpha 7 pick up the Angela pick again from Game 1. But they then add the Derenji into it, and VKS are looking to stick with this Lady Sun pick It is sticking. It won them game 2 with that barrage at the crystal. And they do lock in, like you say, Zero Zhou Yu. And who is going to be the last pick on Alpha 7? Is it going to be the Lamb or is it going to be something different here? Please don't let it be the Dun. Please don't let it be the Dun.
If it's the done, we can pack it up right here and now and congratulate.
Yeah, so right, yeah, broadcast over, lads. See you later. yeah. But yeah, let's see what they are going to pick in this jungle. This could be the be-all or end-all for them, and they are going for the pie. Okay. So we get the Renji come through as well as the pay. So again, but must have been put on that Charlotte. I haven't been feeling Musta's pick on this Charlotte, unless they are trying to do some sort of facade here from Musta, but Musta's performance in this matchup has not been it.
Yeah, Musta has been underperforming to what standards we know he usually does. So that is definitely an issue here. He was focused quite a bit from the side of Danny as well as Niap, always ganging the top lane along with the mid lane as well. So this is going to be basically Alpha 7 VKS playing their game 1 draft. I think it's exactly the same draft they played in game number 1, and they're trying to win the potential last game with it as well. This is going to be VKS and their last stand to be able to win this tournament. Will it be game number 4 or will VKS take the trophy home from here? We'll find out once game number 3 begins.
We've already said it. I mean, VKS can give up around here if they really wanted to, but there was no chinks in the armor of this team comp in game 1. It was very solid. You have the utility of Zhou kit being able to damage the turrets as well. We saw Lady Sun both times being beautifully activated into a Lady Butterfly by the end of the game. But then we see over on the side of Alpha 7, there's a little bit of difference between that game 1 team comp. The only 3 things that are sticking is the Zhongfei, the Angela, and the Charlotte. We have two of the factors swapped around, and it's the Renji and the Pei. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Alpha 7 really focus or use these 2 new picks.
Absolutely. It's allows them to play a bit more aggressively with the Pei as well as the Renji. Arlie doesn't want to join in the fights early because she doesn't have the items to allow her to do the damage, and she's also one of the squishier marksmen as well. Does have the mobility, but when you get locked down by the likes of the Mozu or even the Kaiser, it's really tough to escape from all of these heroes.
The one thing we didn't actually comment on last game is that Jing's no more that 100% win rate either, because Ali lost it within the knockout stage, and it's taken all the way to the grand finals for that Jing to finally be dethroned. And what a dethroning it was. Benignus really not shining on that pick that we saw in game 2, so it's really going to be interesting to see how he flavors up this Pei pick here. Currently, he's not used it the same way as Danny did in game 2, where it was sacrificing a lot of his farm time to pick the Sage buff from the enemy team, but it's definitely going to be used, hopefully, to help Musta in this clash lane, because this is where it's all started to fall. And once again, we're seeing that barrage from Danny and Niap, and there comes one again, a 3v1, but it's actually been met by a 3v3 there, being forced away from Suits with the Angela ult as well. So I think that's where Alpha 7 are trying to move their focus, is helping Musta try and clear that clash lane, but Benignus almost getting caught out there. A lot of damage and a stun from VKS. 1-1 still in there, and then comes Niap. First blood goes over to Alpha 7, but is soon answered by the Byron there. So a 1-1 trade between both of these Brazilian brawlers.
And also a little bit overzealous there by one. He flashed in front, and then used his ultimate to knock people back into the wall to set up the rotation from the Byron. Did have to pay with his life, but fortunately they got a pretty even trade out of that. So no harm, no foul here from the side of VKS. They are still leading slightly in terms of the net worth, but what they've been doing up in the top lane has been read by Alpha 7. They know that they're gonna focus on shutting this Charlotte down, and that's why they're rotating multiple members up here. They're rotating Suits, they're rotating Benignus to make sure that Master has a better lane.
Yeah, we're just going to make sure that that most important mid lane doesn't fall because of this refocus, because this could be playing typically into the hands of VKS. This may not be, I mean, it's obvious to us because we're viewing it from the outside looking in that the focus needs to be a little bit more on that Clash lane, but nothing stopping Niap right now. He is definitely forcing these lanes a lot faster than Charlotte, and that's just thank you to the Byron hero pick there that hasn't been taken away from VKS. But we've seen Niap, just as Muster as well, open up quite a bit of a hero pool. Niap being fantastic on the likes of a Liam Poe. Obviously, they won't be able to work the Kaiser in with the Liam Poe because he's not as an assassin-like. There's a bit of a trade-off in terms of damage there from not having the Byron on your team. But again, why would you change the Kaiser pick if it's working beautifully for VKS?
Oh, absolutely. That is a good reason why not to pick the Liam Poe is, like you said, the lack of damage. When you have the Kaiser, you're already having one great tanky frontliner with the CC. You don't really need the Liam Poe to go with it. The Byron is basically like the Kaiser, so when you have two Kaisers in your team, it's like having a Lian Po +1 damage leader as well. So you want to maintain that balance of having damage as well as the crowd control, as well as the mobility that both these heroes do have.
Having those beautiful hero selections as they did in Game 1. But like we said in the draft, if it worked in Game 1, why would it not work in Game 3? Because they've already thrown off the guessing game within Game 2 with a little bit of a switch up of the team comp, because we saw Byron come through again, but we had the likes of Pei, we had Princess Frost in the mid lane, but we're having a 3v2 here in the farm lane. The Ginchi might be going down here, and there we go. Another kill being picked up on the board, but not just a kill. The first turret does finally go over to Alpha 7, but is this going to be the trade that we've been seeing throughout the entire of this series, where one tier 1 turret will fall in the side lane, and then it will fall in the respected side lane, of the Clash lane on the side of VKS. But again, the Clash lane looking pretty weak still for Alpha 7.
Yeah, Charlotte not having a great game. Axel Torment almost complete on the Byron, while the Charlotte is only making her way towards that item as well. So that is going to be more and more pressure for Charlotte, as well as for Master as well, to be able to catch up in terms of the farm, because we've seen Master TP's down towards the bottom side. We've seen Master in the first 2 games not having the best game of his life, mainly because he was shut down. This game he got a bit more help from the rest of his team. Moses with the ultimate almost bringing down Master, but here comes the Joey towards the backline. One more fire will burn down the Charlotte, and Charlotte is not again having a great game. But Almanin on towards the top side, he might be able to finish this tower down really quickly, but Byron has already made his way here, and he will try and hold this tower the best he can.
Yeah, a little bit of better effort here from the side of Alpha 7. It's as if the macro has been given over to Armani on the Darenji pick as well, because we've seen that Musta's up in handling that macro responsibility too well in the past 2 games. So it's been given over to another one of Alpha 7, but again, another beautiful team fight here. Picking up 2 kills, but losing that top Clash lane turret. It's an even trade-up, I would say, because we've only really seen what VKS can do by opening up these side lanes. We've not really seen what Alpha 7 is potentially being able to make apparent here, especially against VKS by taking these 2 side lanes. We haven't seen that propel into anything positive for Alpha 7 yet.
Yeah, not yet. Even in this game right now, they are only lead. They're still behind by 400 gold. Top side looks like engagement is about to happen. Zhang Fei pops his ultimate just in time. Danny trying to look for something. Finds Almané, but he pops his CC immunity and is purified, and he will be able to run away just in time. Danny's ultimate will be or not, as the rest of Alpha 7 will back off. But that also means that the mid lane tower is up for grabs, and when RJ is here to be able to finish it off, and the pattern repeats itself. Blam. Whoever gets the first tier 1 will eventually win the game in the mid lane. Is this going to happen once again?
It's definitely looking that way. VKS currently up with the kills. A little bit in front with the gold as well, but again, showing true VKS fashion, they are prioritizing that Tyrant, because this is the difference between the teams, is the Tyrant play, the priority for the Tyrant as well, to give that overall damage increase early on, and also the movement speed allows your macro game to increase by tenfold, and we're already seeing on the side of VKS that is tried and tested, and definitely works for this team, so it should be something that A7 should be adjusting to, but VKS Danny almost getting taken out there. A lot of damage coming from Durenji, but he manages to make his way to the back of the queue, but is not wanting to lose that Sage buff. Is it lose Danny or lose the Sage buff? Well, they're not going to lose either. WinRNG takes down Selena, so there goes a big front line of Alpha 7 taken out in that mini team fight.
Yeah, no ultimate there for Zhang Fei to keep him alive, and that allows VKS to try and get this bottom Tyrant as well, which just spawned about a minute ago, so they finally get the time to be able to complete it, and it will go to VKS, allowing them to propel themselves to a 2,000 gold lead, and Mustard is still desperately trying to catch up.
Yeah, we're seeing that Clash Core gameplay coming through again for VKS. They're giving the priority over to Niap because he is a whole 1k ahead. But then on the side of Alpha 7, they're going for more of a jungle core kind of play here with the pay. Is it paying dividends yet? No, but could it? Maybe. They just need to open up that mid lane turret for themselves, because they've done very well on these side lanes, and it's looking like how VKS are looking to open up the side lanes already, because they are halfway there, and there's a lot more effort from VKS's side to keep that mid turret alive, and Niap is rotating down as he allows the minions to keep working on that Clash lane turret, and they are back, baby. All first tier turrets are down. Who is going to get the Tyrant here? Can we get a beautiful seal from the Gunchi? No, that gets it though. However, so again, third Tyrant over to VKS. They are not giving up that damage buff. They are not giving up that movement speed.
Yeah, those two are absolutely crucial for team fights that are about to happen. Almané taking a bit of damage from the Mozu, but a bit too far for anyone to catch up here. Bottom tier 1 tower, not long for this world as well. Danny taking quite a bit of damage. He didn't pop his ultimate though, so he's going to be able to continue to stay in these fights while healing himself up with his first skill as well. 3,300 right now is the lead for the side of VKS. And this insurmountable mountain is about to be surmounted.
Oh yes, absolutely. The Mount Olympus is forming in Brazil, and it's been there. It's been certified. But that at the top of it was A7, but currently falling down each level is the same team. But I was going to go back to my original point there when whilst I was thinking about it, but we haven't really seen WinRJ on this Lady Sun pick prior in this tournament, in this Season 1 Invitational. This is definitely a different kind of player we're seeing in this farm lane, because I mean, they won the game 2 all by themselves with the brutal barrage of the crystal, but is playing this Lady Sun beautifully. So clearly a big pick here for WinRJ, because we normally see him on the Durenji, but he's been denied it multiple times, but it's not phased him at all. They are playing around this pick beautifully.
Absolutely. I mean, the Lady Sun is starting to reach her critical point here. Master Sword completed, Blood Reaper completed already, Eternity Blade done as well. So she'll be making her way towards the Daybreaker. She is the most farmed hero on the map. Oh, huge burst on towards 1. Manguichi taking a lot of damage. Nice flicker forward from Manguichi, catching 2 once again. They bring down 2. They're just looking for Almane. Almane will fall. That's going to be the double kill going towards the way of Win RJ. And Selena will be the last one standing with an inch of his health. He's going to have to find the safe bush to recall back to base scope.
And he finds it for now, but is it going to be sniffed out by VKS Danny as he looks to take down Muster for what seems like the umpteenth time? But no, Muster manages to get away, but his Niap's going to allow that as well. Potentially, as we see VKS go for that Shadow Overlord, which is just going to make cleaning up this lane. But Niap was like a bloodhound. He was in the right vicinity of Muster, but just missed out the wrong bush. That could have been a takedown for Niap. So beautifully played by Niap. We've seen this Clash Lane player play fantastically throughout the entire tournament. Absolute true testament to the team. And here we go, a 3v1 onto Niap, and he's barely staying alive. We see Muster gets the claim back onto that Clash Lane player that he is. Suits looking pretty low. Suits goes down. Fire versus Fire, and Joe use flames will not be doused. Whereas Muster is looking for a way out, dodging Menginchi's long-range stun, but is he going to dodge that stickiness of VKS Danny here being met by the Vanguard? But they're still chasing 2v1. It's like a LA cop chase right now, and they managed to take down the criminal that is Muster, able to keep himself going for such a chase.
Yeah, it is becoming very hard right now for the side of Alpha 7 to play the game. Their D&J is starting to become a non-factor in this game, and Lady Sun already at almost 12,000 net worth. The Daybreaker almost complete, and once she has that, Almane isn't going to be able to stand in this fight, because as long as the targeting from the Lady Sun is great, she's going to be able to kill off the D&J in 2 hits, if not just a single hit from her roll-up.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but Win RJ on this Lady Sun has been a whole different cut of beef. It's been a meaty, quality cut for this pick of Lady Sun, and it's really showing here. 3-0-3, like we said, almost 3k difference to the enemy team's Barb lane as well is huge within Honor of Kings. And there's that Daybreaker. The day is over. Is the night gonna dawn here on Alpha 7? Now that this hero, this late game beauty is now online, because we're seeing the barrage onto those higher ground turrets. Mid goes down. We're going to see the Clash Lane higher ground turret go down as well. This could be the last fight at the Crystal here between VKS and Alpha 7. And easy 3-0 is potentially coming through. Currently already down 1-0 trade, and they take down. Again, Selena goes down. We are looking for Muster to go down as well. There is the Crystal double kill for Win RJ. Suits getting taken down as well. What a way to end the tournament. It is an ace from VKS. They are going to take it with a 14-4 kill lead there. And there you have it. Season 1 Invitational champions is VKS.
Win RJ, absolute beast mode in that final fight. What an amazing turn of events there. VKS, you know, losing out to their rivals Alpha 7 in the group stages, but they come back stronger. They maintain throughout the end, and they take this final sweep, a clean 3-0 sweep. What a redemption story for these Brazilian players, as they will be a part of history as the champions of the Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational.
Yep, so Danny there quoting that 3-0, but that is us for the casters. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of these games. We hope to see you in Season 2, and please stay tuned for this ending ceremony of the Season 1 Invitational. I've been Blam, and with me is my co-pass caster, Zero. We've loved you. Take it easy, and stay tuned for a great ceremony, and congratulations, the VKS.
come join me for the interview. This way, any way you want. Let's go. Yes. Here? Here next to me is fine. Evet, böylelikle öncelikle bir kez daha alkış alalım lütfen. VKS için gerçekten muhteşem bir şampiyonluğa imza attılar. 3-0'la rakiplerini geçmeyi başardılar. Onlarla ufak bir röportaj gerçekleştireceğiz. We will conduct a small interview with all of the members of VKS. First of all, Niap, I will start with you. Honor of Kings Invitational Season 1'ın ilk şampiyonu olmayı başardılar. İlk şampiyon olmak nasıl bir his? Öncelikle onu öğrenelim. Can you tell us more about what it feels like to be the first champion of Honor of Kings Season 1 Invitational?
Então, Niap, como você se sente ao ganhar o primeiro campeonato do Honor of Kings International?
Eu me sinto muito feliz porque não foi um trabalho tão fácil. A gente teve momentos difíceis, mas acho que como um bom time a gente superou tudo isso junto e foi muito bom ainda por cima ganhar da Alpha 7 que a gente tomou 2-0 antes. Então eu tô muito feliz agora e nada além disso.
First of all, it's very hard. It's a very tough thing to do, and we are a very good team. We practice a lot for the game, and especially we faced A7 before, 2 lost, and so I think we feel so happy today that we win.
You lost twice before. Ya bu gerçekten bizim için çok zorlu bir şampiyonluktu. Çok çalıştık, çok uğraştık. Ve A7 güçlü bir rakip, daha önce karşılaştık. 2 defa kaybetmiştik. O yüzden ekstra zor, ekstra önemli bir şampiyonluktu benim için. O yüzden çok iyi hissediyorum kendimi dedi. Benzer bir şeyi de aynı zamanda Dani'den öğreneceğiz. Dani, bu şampiyonluk sana neler hissettiriyor? What does this championship mean to you? How are you feeling right now, Dani?
Dani, qual é o significado deste campeonato para você?
Ganhar esse campeonato tem um significado muito importante para mim, porque eu sou uma pessoa que me cobro muito todos os dias. Eu não aceito estar com um nível atrás dos outros, então eu sempre tento ser melhor, eu tento sempre melhorar meu time. E no meio desse campeonato eu duvidei muito de mim. Eu achei que eu já não estava mais no nível deles, já não estava mais no nível dos melhores. Então, ganhar esse campeonato significa que eu ainda sou capaz, eu consigo mostrar um bom nível e eu consigo finalmente realizar o meu sonho de representar bem o Brasil internacionalmente.
I think, first of all, it's very important to me. I practice a lot of, I devote a lot of work into the game, and I practice every day. And after we win the game today, I feel that I'm a better player, and that because we win the international champion.
Öncelikle yani bu galibiyet çok şey ifade ediyor benim için. Bu galibiyet için çok fazla emek, çok fazla zaman harcadım ve bunu kazanabilmekle beraber, bunu kazandıktan sonraki hissiyatım da gerçekten çok iyi bir oyuncu. Eskisinden daha iyi bir oyuncu olduğumda. O yüzden çok iyi hissediyorum kendimi. Bir sonraki sorumuz Van'a geliyor. Van, kendine ve destekçilerine, takipçilerine, belki de takım arkadaşlarına ne söylemek istersin? What would you like to say to yourself, to your teammates maybe, and to your supporters?
Tem alguma coisa que gostaria de dizer ao tu próprio, ao time ou às pessoas que te apoiam?
Para mim mesmo, eu me sinto muito... Minha missão aqui foi cumprida. Eu vim representar todos da minha família, a todo mundo que deixou o seu apoio no meu WhatsApp, qualquer lugar, na minha rede social. Todo mundo me mandou uma mensagem falando que era nós, por mais que eu também me duvidei ao decorrer do campeonato, com alguns deslizes que demos. Mas nós é bom, mano. Nós é bom. Tipo, quando nós tenta de verdade, quando nós quer, nós ultrapassa limites que a gente nem espera. Então, obrigado à minha mãe, a meu pai, minhas irmãs, meus sobrinhos por ter mandado mensagem e tudo mais. E isso aqui não é só por mim, é por vocês e por todo mundo que torce pela gente.
Good luck. First of all, I think I want to say the team support me very much. And I want to say I'm very grateful that the team was here. And second, I want to say that there are lots of people supporting me to play the game, to enter this tournament. And I want to say thank you to my parents, my mom and dad, and all those people that supported me.
Öncelikle takımıma teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Takımım gerçekten beni çok destekliyor. Buraya gelene kadar çok destek oldular bana. Beni izleyen taraftarlara, bu oyunda devam etmemi söyleyen kişilere teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Ama öncelikle yani bunların en büyüğü tabii ki aileme, anneme ve babama teşekkürlerimi iletiyorum. Gerçekten çok değerliler benim için dedi. The next question comes to, let me check real quick. Vinci, I'll join you. No, don't worry about it. I'll join you. Yeah. Bir sonraki sorumuz da Vinci'ye geliyor. Rakipleriniz oldukça kuvvetliydi. Alpha 7, rakiplerine söylemek istediğin bir şey var mı? Is there anything you would like to say to your opponents, Alpha 7, after this match?
Você tem alguma coisa para dizer para o Alpha 7?
Queria falar pra eles, pô, valeu pela final, foi muito da hora. Eles são um time muito bom e era a final que a gente já esperava também. Os dois times são os amigos, então é isso. E beijo pra minha família e minha namorada. Te amo!
I want to say, first of all, we and Alpha 7, we are friends, and they were a very good team, and it was not an easy game, and it's a good game actually. And I want to say that I want to have solution to my family.
Öncelikle söylemem gerekiyor ki Alpha 7 zaten hepimizin ya arkadaşız. Aramız kesinlikle kötü değil. Onlar da çok iyi bir takım ve çok zorlu bir mücadeleydi bizim için de. Onlara teşekkürlerimi iletiyorum ama hepsinden önemlisi aileme de selamlarımı gönderiyorum buradan dedi. And the next question, oh we have a flag too. The next question comes to Mengeshe. Oh hello, welcome. Bir sonraki sorumuz Mengeshe'ye geliyor. Tabii bu takım Türkiye'ye sürekli olarak gelmiyor. Acaba bu galibiyetten sonra bir kutlama planları var mı? Onu öğrenelim. Mengeshe, so you don't come to Turkey that often. After this victory, are there any celebration plans?
Sendo uma rara visita à Turquia, tem algum plano de celebrar?
Eu acredito que vou celebrar muito com meus companheiros, né, meus amigos. Mas, cara, pra mim essa sensação aqui tá sendo muito boa. Durante o processo de treinamento, a gente estava na gaming house e minha filha terminou tendo uma complicação no hospital. Ela ficou muito doente. Aí, mano, meu mundo tipo tava muito triste, mas meu time me apoiou demais. A mãe da Aurora também foi muito legal com essa situação. E tudo isso me fez ter vontade e força pra a gente vencer e dar um desempenho legal nessa final. E eu tô muito, pero super feliz. E quero falar outra coisa. Te amo muito, Aurora, tá? E você é minha gasolina, tudo, meu combustível pra gente tá aqui.
Yes, we were going to celebrate. And I want to say another thing is that my daughter is now in hospital, who is sick, quite sick. I think I was very sad that she couldn't support me. But I do all the things for her, for my daughter.
Öncelikle ya tabii ki bir kutlama yapacağız ama aklında da farklı şeyler var çünkü ufak bir kızı varmış ve oldukça da hastaymış, hastanedeymiş şu anda. O yüzden ona tüm sevgilerini gönderiyor. Burada olamasa bile kendisi sevgilerini gönderiyor ve yaptığım her şeyi de onun için yapıyorum diyor. Thank you Mengeshe. Hope she gets well soon. And Huilao, welcome. Takımın koçu, şampiyonluk sonrası hedefleri nelermiş onu öğrenelim. So, you became the champions, but the road does not stop here. What are your goals after achieving this championship?
Qual é o próximo objetivo da sua equipe após essa vitória?
O nosso objetivo é continuar sendo campeão. A gente foi campeão do último Campeonato Brasileiro, a gente foi campeão aqui e a gente vai ser campeão de tudo que a gente disputar, porque a gente é a melhor equipe do Brasil.
Our team is to continue to become the champion, because we were the champions, we are the champions, and we are going to be the next champion, because we're the best team in Brazil.
Brezilya'daki en iyi takımız. Şampiyon olacağız. Zaten şampiyonduk. Şu anda da şampiyonuz. İleride de şampiyon olmaya devam edeceğiz. Brezilya'nın en iyi ekibiyiz. Şampiyon olmaya geliyoruz. Great answer. Super confident. Thank you. And one last thing. The interview does not stop here. Because... Hi. We have an MVP. MVP'miz var arkadaşlar. Van alkışlarınızla MVP olmayı başardı bu mücadelede. Bir alkış alalım Van için. Van, you have managed to become the MVP of this tournament, this matchup. Can you please share us your thoughts about becoming MVP?
Que é a sensação de ser o MVP?
Acho que isso é tudo uma recompensa de um bom trabalho feito. Eu agradeço a todos do meu time que me confiaram todas as coisas que eu queria fazer, todas as minhas loucuras de fazer qualquer play louca pelo mapa. E é daí que vem a minha confiança de eu tentar várias vezes fazer alguma play, errar e aprender com ela. Então, é isso. Eu agradeço a todo mundo do meu time por me confiar em mim e eu tenho que agradecer a eles por esse MVP.
I'm very happy to become the MVP, and there are many people supporting me. But the people supporting me most was my team. They helped me confront problems. They helped me grow. And I think I want to say thank you to all my team.
Ya beni destekleyen gerçekten çok kişi var ama en çok destekleyenler de kesinlikle takımım. O yüzden en büyük teşekkürü de onlar hak ediyor. Hepsine teşekkürlerimi iletiyorum dedi ve gerçekten muhteşem bir röportajı da geride bırakmış olduk. Once again, congratulations. And now, is it time to get the others on the stage, or do we give some time to the team with the cup? Okay, I guess it is time to give them their rewards. So with that, I am inviting on stage the General Manager of Global Publishing and Global Esports for Tencent, Vincent Wang, to present the prize check to VKS. Tencent'ten Vincent Wang takıma ödül çeklerini iletecek. Şimdi de MVP'ye ödülü verilecek. I'm inviting to the stage from Level Infinite Global Publishing Producer of Honor of Kings, Neo Liu, to present a state-of-the-art mobile phone Infinix GT 10 Pro to the MVP of the tournament. Congratulations once again, Juan. All right, thank you once again. Congratulations and thank you to Mr. Liu and Mr. Wang. Thanks for presenting the awards to the team. And now it is time for closure, I think. Arkadaşlar turnuvanın da böylelikle sonuna gelmiş olduk. Şampiyon olmayı başarıyor VKS muhteşem bir mücadeleyle ve Honor of Kings sezon 1 Invitational'ın sonuna geliyoruz. Sezon 2'de görüşmek üzere. See you in Honor of Kings Season 2 Invitational. Once again your champions, VKS!